Right, everybody. Good afternoon. Professor Bobo here. We are back with the second day of the TESPA Collegiate Series Fall Finale. This is the preseason setup. We're down to 8 teams. We've got quarters, semis, and finals today. And we're going to start things off with Robert Morris University going up against Colorado School of Mines. We got Grow Up and the Blasting Burrows, number 2 seed going up against the number 10 seed. Once again, this is a best of 3 setup. 64 teams started off in the bracket, although not everybody made it. Everybody qualifying via the TESPA leaderboard, which you can catch on their website. So for today, we've got a best of 3, another best of 3, and then we're going to wrap things up with a best of 5. Turn that background music down a little bit. Once again, HGC style rule set. So we've got the 9 map pool. Mal'Ganis has been allowed. So we have seen a little bit of the Dreadlord as the tournament has gone on. High impact hero, not sure how much we will see of him here today. Saw a lot of bans on him as well. Moved on to our map picks. You guys can see the bans up on the board. With blue being Robert Morris, they have banned out Braxis Holdout, a popular ban. And Cursed Hollow is the ban for Colorado Mines. Our first map is Tomb of the Spider Queen. Teams are in lobby. Just want to make sure we get everything good. Everything looks right. To give you guys a quick recap, we'll take a look at our map selection tool. Once again, this was the pick of Colorado Mines. And this being the HGC style rule set, the losing team will have the choice between either the first pick or the map selection as we move on. Chat, as always, let me know. We did the sound check. It sounded okay. However, if you feel like we need to turn something up or turn something down, let me know. I know that the draft music is quite loud. We'll make the adjustments as needed. Teams look like they're ready. Let's make sure we got normal team 1. Good. Everything looks great. Let's go. Tomb, a map which relies on a lot of wave clear. Sometimes can incorporate a different pool of heroes. We know that Johanna often will get high priority here. There's a lot of skirmishing on this map. Safety in the 4-man. There's opportunities to put wrinkles in team comps. This is like the one map where you will sometimes get those sort of odd stacking heroes, if you will. I have tended to see some Kel'Thuzad and some Mephisto on this map. Delay is important as well because of the way that the two turn-ins operate on both top and bottom. Get that set up. All right, first ban to Rhonda. Robert Moore's doing a little bit of homework. The Blasting Burrows from Colorado School of Mines loved ripping the Tyrande as they made their way through the first 3 rounds, culminating with an upset over Texas A&M. Garrosh as well as Mal'Ganis both banned out. We start things off with a first pick Blaze for RMU. We've talked a little bit about Blaze throughout the weekend, in that Blizzard still trying to push him into a main tank role. We have not seen it here this weekend. He's still just a great hero on Tomb for his PvE. That main tank Blaze is different. It's a very different style. It involves a lot of sort of delay on rotations. Takes a little bit longer for Blaze to get going as a main tank, so barring an adaptation here by RMU, I expect to see him in the bottom lane. Deckard and Diablo have been picked off. Our first support is off the board. We'll have to see if Robert Morris prioritizes that here. And Tyrael and Hanzo. Love seeing the Tyrael. Not a hero that many teams incorporate into their pool. Not a very popular hero. In fact, let's flash the Tyrael stats here. Stats on the lower third of the screen are a composite of HGC Phase 2. We pulled replay files from North America, Europe, as well as Korea to build the stat base for this tournament, just to give you guys kind of a professional reference. And as you can see, Tyrael is a very low participation rate hero, but a little bit above 50% is nice to see. Whitemane and Tracer have been removed. We'll see where Colorado Mines wants to go with their 3rd and 4th selections. There is the goat, and there is a Junkrat. So we'll have Urel in the bottom lane, going up against Blaze. And then we also do get our long-range Overwatch heroes. We have Hanzo on one side and Junkrat on the opposite. And Robert Morris counters with Li Ming, and they do break out the Uther. Uther recently picked up one heck of a nice little buff there. After disappearing for quite a long time, just a little bit of extra stun on the hammer. And I've seen a little bit of him. We saw him yesterday as Durham College actually broke out a sort of a main tank Uther and available support comp to bolster a Kerrigan. Obviously here we don't have that. And we're going to end things off with a Gul'dan for Colorado Mines. A lot of blow up on the side of RMU between that Li Ming and that Uther. Expect to see them seeking to jump onto one of the softer targets. Junkrat and Gul'dan have solid range, but if they do get caught, it is going to be very difficult for the Deckard Cain to stop those shenanigans. All right. On our way to 2. Map number 1. Let's get Uther on out of there. I take a peek at both of these comps, and the one thing that immediately jumps out to me is the fact that Colorado Mines has a lot more wave clear between Gul'dan as well as Junkrat. Now, their comp does scale later. You want to get Diablo up to his 100 souls through the baseline quest Black Soul Stone, so he's going to need to prioritize some minion clear. Deckard also takes a little while to get going. You want Ancient Blessings to come online, certainly at level 13. So, for Mines, this is, again, maybe a little bit of a long game. The blow-up potential between Uther and Li Ming will be persistent throughout the game. We'll see how Colorado wants to try to find themselves another upset. RMU is a fantastic team. They went 9-1 during the regular season. You know, they've been dominant here in the tournament. Haven't dropped a map yet. Here we go. All right. For Colorado Mines, Tiddly is going to be on the Diablo. Time will be playing the Junkrat. Joe will be playing the Deckard Cain. Kalen, the captain, will be on Urel. Justice on the Gul'dan. For RMU, VDD will be playing the Blaze. We've got both captains in the offlane. I like it. Chef is going to be playing that Hanzo. We got Mage on the Tyrael. Ross on the Li Ming. And Weave on the Uther. Flash our level 1 talents. The casters for hire are partnered up with the Hero Share Extension Gang. So once that overlay, the opaque little purple bar is up on the right side of the screen, you can go ahead and queue up talents independently. We'll try to make sure that we hit all of our checks for sure. There's the lockdown. Uther the first mini target, but Weave counters with a quick hammer. No damage done. Good bit of poke for both sides. Time eating one more little orb there from Li Ming. There certainly will be a lot of action right in these sort of choke points. Tiddly on the Diablo will be looking for opportunities maybe to disrupt these rotations. Hopefully try to find an early kill. In fact, he is in quite deep. There's the route from Cain to try to escort Big Red out. Very good positioning from Ross on that Li Ming. Early the rotation advantage in terms of damage favoring RMU. Colorado Mines looking to try to play a little bit of catch-up. Keep an eye. Fair amount of stacking talents here. Uther has gone for the wave of Force Quest. Time looking to try to disrupt the Blaze. Maybe find a pick there. Li Ming does show up. Junkrat with a mine out. There's the Jet Propulsion follow-up. Time maybe needs to watch out. A couple more auto attacks ought to do it. And First Blood is here. As Junkrat is our first life lost. Good rotate from Ross on the Li Ming. Following Junkrat on down. RMU takes an early advantage. We do see Hanzo as well as Blaze making a move towards the night camp. Going to take a little while for both of these teams to, sort of get the clear up and going. Blaze and Hanzo, though, with their AoE damage, should do pretty well. Shot there from Justice on the corruption. Get a peek around, Junkrat back up. Mine's looking to just sort of reassert the soak. Both teams close to level 4. Mines with just a few more gems. Despite the Junkrat kill, they have just a little bit of an advantage here, and they have now set about to put Gul'dan as well as Dicker Kane onto the Bruisers, as RMU's camp is here in the mid lane. Weave on that Uther, certainly looking for Junkrat, has found him. There's the immediate disengage. Ross once again in the Li Ming looking to find Junkrat. Time's going to have to be a little careful there. Second time he's had to use the mine to try to disengage. We see Zhou and Justice trying to finish up. Good bit of chip damage here from RMU. Time launching the mage minion over the top, and now mines have picked up their night camp. Chip damage here on Tomb translates into early snowballs. The more towers that you can wind up picking up, the more effective your early pushes will be. Bit of poke up on top lane. There's the flip. Hanzo has his agility up and available, and he will dodge on out of there. Robert Morris has put a little bit of pressure on the bot lane, as Michael Lin has struggled a little bit into this Blaze, who has occasionally had the help, and you can see right there the difference between RMU as well as Colorado Mines right now is just that extra little bit of camp value. Material should have El Druin to get out. Mage hanging out. A little bit of chip damage on the gate as well. This is a quarter level lead. Both teams just about to pick up their gems. Mines have enough. You can keep an eye on the bottom right corner. When that gem does light up, that does signify that one of these teams has enough gems to complete a turn-in. Flash our talents. Everything just about as expected, with the exception of Hanzo going for the Storm Bow. Tiddles with yet another flip, finding Ross there. There's the root from Deckard. Will do little more than zone out. Taking a peek at this Gul'dan bill, we do have Consume Soul. This is kind of like a Tomb adaptation. Helps Gul'dan get a little bit of extra sustain. Tiddle's going in there with a devastating charge. No damage done. You can change things up a little bit here with Gul'dan, especially on Tomb, because of the just large number of minions that are available for him to feast upon. 7's unlocked for RMU. Over Colorado Mines, not too far away. There's the mine from Time. Doesn't quite connect on Blaze. McKaylin trying to finish off this first turn, and both teams do have it. 7's are there for both. There's the jet propulsion. The target is Junkrat, and he looks to escape. No. The kill is finished off by Tyrael. The very nice Eldruins, and now RMU will look to start this objective phase off. 48 turned in. VDD has the bulk of the gems remaining. We've looking to turn in with Uther there. Those 3 will finish things off. Looked like Blaze might have been thinking about the camp at the bottom lane. However, he did not quite get there in time. And now, we'll see how much clear is in this Colorado Mines comp featuring the Junkrat as well as the Gul'dan. Tiddles is way out there. 4 members here. Keep an eye on Weave. There's the Hammer of Justice, and now the follow-up. He uses Ross as a way to try to get on out. Li Ming in trouble, has teleported. Diablo goes down. We do see the Calamity coming through in the resets as Junkrat is second. Keeping an eye on Justice there. Gul'dan could be next. Ross has slid well up. There's the drain. And finally, Li Ming is deterred. Should be good value in mid. Only half a tower remains. It's about 3/4 of a Web Weaver. In bottom lane, Blaze is down there. Michael jumping over with the goat. Again, we talked about how much of a late game comp this is. However, 4 kills to 0. This could soon be 5. Looking for the hammer from Uther. Chef just missing with the Sonic Arrow. Ross has a ton of poison on him. Oh, there we go. Found his way down to Weave. Uther just keeping Li Ming alive. Take a quick peek at the stacks here for Justice. He is up to 21 stacks on Echoed Corruption. Level 10s are here. Wave of Force, Dragon Arrow, Bunker. Uther and Tyrael still holding. It's a 1-level lead. Should take about 6 or 7 waves for Colorado Mines to catch up in terms of XP. We do have Judgment. Are we going to get the Storm or the Shield? There's a lot of targets for Tyrael here now that this has snowballed. Usually when you take something like Judgment, it loses a bit of efficacy as you get later into the game. However, with this period here, I would expect to see RMU maybe try something a little daring. Mage is in the route. Diablo has taken him back into the tower. Fort does go down in mid. That is the only fort that has been removed thus far. Uther takes the Divine Shield. Okay. Judgment is going to be very good against Junkrat. Will need the instant blow up on Gul'dan, who will certainly look to answer with Horrify. And RMU has picked up yet another turn, and they should be able to pick up both of these forts in the top as well as the bottom lanes. There's another attempt. Yrel and Blaze having a good time down there. That is always a wet noodle fight in the off lane. Blue Web Weavers are here. We'll see where RMU wants to send their push. Right now, they may be keeping their eye on what they can get out of mid, perhaps passively, as both Uther and Li Ming have gone up top. Chef and Mage will join in. Michaelin has set his eyes on clearing in the bottom lane, and that Web Weaver's down to half health. However, top lane will have to be defended. And now, with 10s online, we see Lornado, Horrify, Ardent Defender, Riptire, as well as Lightning Breath. Everything pretty standard here for Mines. Keep an eye on Tiddly. He might be thinking about trying to get the flip over the wall. Tyrael does not mind that too much. Time now has arrived. All the clear here is in the top lane. Most of the wall has gone down. Tiddles goes in, finds Ross for a second, and now there's a long way back for Diablo. The Lornado just for the disengage there, as both Gul'dan and Deckard Cain stay back, trying to wait patiently, finish this clear off. No critical damage has been done. In fact, Colorado Mines Silver Linings, they do defend their fort in the bottom lane. RMU with the 13 talent tier advantage sets their sights on the boss. All 5 members of Colorado Mines are in the area. If they do sniff this out, maybe we get a little bit of throat to pit action. Tiddles has seen Tyrael go on up. Half health on the boss. Joe is off on the side. Lornado in 3 seconds. There's the Riptire. Will potentially knock people off the point. Diablo has stepped up. There's the bunker to cancel it out. Riptire comes through. The Horrify is there as well. Robert Morris has captured this boss, and they have started the reset chain. Oh boy. Ross on that Li Ming with 2 huge combinations on Li Ming. Deckard Cain on the wrong side of the map. Diablo will go down soon. Web Weavers have spawned. They are going to get little to no value. That is a 4-man near team wipe. Only Yrel alive. Michaelin has to be careful here. Ross on this Li Ming has looked absolutely fantastic. No fear. Especially with that Uther to help out. Okay, bit of a pause. We'll throw up our stat screen for a hot second. Chat, what's happening? Good to see everybody. Let's get that tab screen going. Ah, yeah, there we are. This is just a little off. We'll have to fix that in our overlays at some point. But right now the situation is Colorado Mines needs a little bit of a pause and maybe just a couple of minutes to sort of recollect themselves. They've got to worry about top as the keep is the priority for Robert Morris. Quick look at our stats. You can see the kind of work that Ross is doing there on the Li Ming. 5-0 thus far. 8-0 in terms of kills. And this is a divey Li Ming. And you can do that with the Uther Tyrael combo through the combination of shields, armor, as well, certainly as the heroics when they do come down online. Okay, teams are ready. Let's get back into the in-game. Take that right off. Keep is not long. Webweaver is unfortunately spawned on the opposite side. So RMU will claim the first keep of the game. They now have a 3-level lead. They have just looked so very strong. A little bit clear for them there. Silver linings once again for Colorado Mines. They did manage to get the turn in, so maybe they can get some of the XP that is couched in these structures. You can see the well gone bottom. Fort in bottom being assaulted by the last remaining bit of this bottom Webweaver may go down. That's a big wave. We see Li Ming making the move. 13s are nearly here. Colorado Mines will certainly look to pick a fight when they do unlock those talents. They want to find some way to maybe find themselves in a situation where they can take the even talent tier fight before RMU hits the 16 mark. Everybody has their R buttons ready. All heroics are currently online. You see Weave with that extra speedy Uther looking to catch up. Gul'dan still working on Echo Corruption. That's at 27 stacks right now. I want to finish that one off by 16 at the very latest. Hanzo's still working on the Storm Bow. Probably needs to get the kill on Urel to complete that quest, if I'm not mistaken. Diablo is sitting at 100 souls as well. There is the 13 talent tier. However, RMU backing off. They'll move for their own knights and certainly play safe until 16. Michael has 56 gems. Tittle's trying to protect him there. The Sonic Arrow interrupts. Uther is in a little bit of trouble here. There's the Lightning Breath. Long way to go. We see the mine there. There's the Invulnerable as D-Shield. There's actually popped on Uther, but Ross finds finds Gul'dan on the backside. There's another big Li Ming combo. Now, Chef in a bit of trouble. We've got both teams fighting right in the middle of the mage minion, so there's armor aplenty for everyone. Helps deter the Riptide from finding any kills. There's a good Lornado. Mage in trouble. Tyrael could be next. Michael in with a hammer. It does not do the trick, and now we got even more resets. There's the Judgment onto Diablo. Ross is tracking down Junkrat, who is not long. And Deckard Cain, the old man, needs to hop on a horse that he just doesn't have. A full 5-man team wipe. RMU with 13 kills to 0. They now have the opportunity to pick up another turn-in. They've got a little bit of a camp pushing in mid. In fact, they've actually got the mage minion that will certainly be staring down that middle keep. I would have to say, with probably about 2 more kills, this will probably be game. The question is whether RMU really wants to 5-man. They have the win condition up in top lane as the keep has been removed. Mid will go down very easily as they're up a talent tier. The wave is pushed up fairly well. Objective phases here. Blaze starts off in bottom lane. We do get 4 members of Grow up here in mid. Looks like they're playing things a little safe. Judgment is online. Looking for Junkrat already. There's a combo from Li Ming. It didn't even need the Dragon's Arrow. Would have been a winning shot from Chef. However, Ross on this Li Ming has just been on fire. Another death for Junkrat. Diablo looks like that will be the end of him as well. We talked about it. 2 kills is probably going to wind up being game. RMU now can bring Blaze in. They've got camp as well as objective pressure in the bottom lane. Mid fort has gone down. Divine Shield and Bunker are here as well. RMU looking to break down this shield. Justice getting blown up. Shield down. We're at 60, 50, 40. And RMU looks like they will very easily claim game number 1. And a commanding performance from Grow Up as they take the first game here in the quarterfinals. Let our stats load on up here. Ross on that Li Ming. Bob Ross himself. Painting a wonderful picture. Lots of happy little trees there on the side, if you will, of Robert Morris. I mean, you can see the 10 kills to 0 there. That's perfect kill participation as well. As you can see, the kills plus assists will equal the 16-0. Let's take a quick peek at the Li Ming talents here. Again, everything's fairly standard. Nothing really to it. Using the Calamity combo as well just to finish targets off. Just a really good job by Robert Morris, who I have not seen yet. They are known to be quite a powerful team, and maybe, if this is your first time checking out Heroes of the Dorm, this is the team to keep an eye on for the spring. This is the preseason setup, so it doesn't really affect what will happen in the spring when TESPA does get that up and running. However, this is a great way to scout and take a look at who the upcoming college teams are going to be for the spring season. Okay, so let's get this going. Alright, so let's update our scores as well as our match data. RMU up 1-0. They claim game number 1. This is a best of 3 set. Well, Mines will have to 2-0 them here, if they wish, to make the comeback. We're going to go ahead and we'll get our lobby set up as soon as we can get get the details. That was a very squishy draft between Gul'dan and Junkrat, and it was one that was geared towards the later game. That's why we saw the Judgment, you know, typically you do get Sanctification, but the Judgment combo, along with Li Ming, just stopping Colorado Mines from getting anywhere near the 16 talent tier when Gul'dan, as well as Junkrat, would have certainly come online with their sort of late game scaling as well. Tough go. I love seeing some Tyrael action. Shoutouts to Weave on the Uther. He set up a lot of kills in the early game. Let's see if we can get this queued up. I'm not sure what kind of adaptations we would, really need to see in draft. I think really that game was just a case of, play style. Sometimes, early game versus late game. The Uther and the Li Ming are very strong early game heroes through their CC. And we also got a lot of very good Blaze play in the game from VDD, who controlled the bottom lane very well. And when he showed up, there was a couple of big jet propulsion plays. All right. Colorado Mines has gone for the first pick, so RMU will have map selection choice. We'll get our teams in our lobby set up shortly as soon as we can get that data in there. Chat, thank you for joining me today. I'm your host, Professor Bobo. Thank you for joining us for the TESPA Collegiate Series Heroes Fall Finale. Once again, if you're just showing up, this is the culmination of the preseason set. 8 total weeks, 7 weeks of the regular season before the 64-team bracket that we have set up here. All right, so let's head on over. We have our map selected, and we will be headed to Volskaya Foundry up next. All right. Let's get our lobby set up, get our teams invited. Volskaya, a very popular map here in the sort of any amateur scene, especially once it went through a couple of reworks. It was kind of seen as maybe not a cheesy map, but it was a map that was too geared towards the early game. At some points, it was geared too much towards the late game at some points. It's gone through a couple of different metas, but this is a map that has been played. And I want to say it's got to be in the top 5 of maps. Teams like this one. It's got a simpler set of macro goals. You just want to pick up as many items as humanly possible. Let's see, we got everybody set up here. You can make a couple of aggressive camp invades, but without there really being too many merc camps on the map, this is much more about the fight over the control point. We'll see what these teams are going to bring. There we go. Get our captain set up. Shout out to my compadres, Grow and Philindrus, for setting up all of the overlays today. This stuff is awesome. If you want to get a little bit more info about what the Casters for Hire do, you can catch me in the Twitch panel there. We've also got a little command set up. And for today, we do have our bracket. In fact, we'll throw the bracket command up there. Let's see where we're at. There we are. Nightbot has been set up to link you guys to the TESPA Fall Finale bracket. So we'll have that guy up and running throughout the day. All right, teams are here. Let's make sure we got everything good. Making sure everything looks nice and pretty. Here's the quick recap. Game number 1 taken by RMU. Mines opted for the pick for Volskaya, and that's where we'll be headed next. Everybody's R. Let's keep things rolling. We're headed to our draft. Volskaya Foundry, map number 2, where Colorado Mines needs to change things up. try to get that comeback train going because RMU grow up looking like a dominant team. Robert Morris and Cal Poly Pomona came into this tournament as the top seeds. There were some upsets. In fact, quite a few teams actually outside of the top 8 made it here today, including the University of Houston, North Texas, as well as these gentlemen, the Burros from Colorado Mines. There's the Malganis band. His base kit is just too strong. And people just don't like playing against it. And for good reason. The combination of Fell Claws, in addition to Night Rush, is just an impressive CC combo. And it's something that just provides so much lockdown. It's very easy to follow up with right now. He's got outstanding survivability. And he really does have 2 heroics. One, though, geared a little bit more towards the pub setup. But Carrion Swarm is, even after a nerf in which it lost a quarter of its lifesteal, is just a great, great tool. Respect ban on the Uther. We do see Maiev removed as well. RMU sticking with the Garrosh ban. They banned Harry Gary in the first map as well. And there's the Tyrande. Comfort pick for my friend Joe. And one that can open up a number of different possibilities. We'll see if Colorado Mines maybe has something different in mind here for game number 2. On over to Robert Morris for their first and second selections. They'll take Big Red, so Diablo is gone, and they do pick up the Blaze yet again for VDD. Blaze is top tier on Volskaya. His combination of sustain, safety, and of course the bunker as well. Great tools for long, protracted fights over the often clowned Fiesta control points. In fact, let's flash some Blaze talents. Excuse me, stats. Let's scroll on up so you can see how Blaze did this season in HGC Phase 2. We do get Tychus as well as Johanna. The Tychus do take care of the Dibbles for sure. Johanna will provide an extra bit of wave clear as well as the same sort of sustain and perhaps insusceptibility to what Diablo and Blaze can do in a CC chain. There's the Yrel band targeting the off lane. This was a spot in which I believe in last game, well, White Mane was prioritized, but we do get a Hanzo band coming up. RMU now have their 3rd and 4th selections for Volskaya. Given that we do see Tyrande and Tychus, I mean, some blinds might be in order here. However, ooh, get that little mini Exodia comp. Diablo, Phoenix, as well as Thrall combo incredibly well. The slows on Lightning Breath and Earthquake help proc the bonus damage on Phoenix's Purification Salvo at level 10. And one tool that has been used with to great effect against that combo is the Bunker. However, VDD has stolen the Fire Bat. Oh, and we got the Al. Time breaking out the Alarak. Michaelin will be on the Leoric for this game. He's a bit of an Alarak specialist. We did see him break out that Alarak yesterday in the clinching game against Texas A&M. There's our Alex. So Alex Straza for Weave will round out these team compositions. Alex Straza, a very popular support on... Oh, somebody DC'd. Flip it back over. In fact, let's just do this standard. Yep. All right, 1 second. We got a quick little DC. We'll go to standard. All right, a little bit of a DC, so teams will just move over to standard mode. All the picks were locked in. I think everybody got what they wanted. Once we get our missing member of Mines back in here, but Alex again on Volskaya, great pick. When the Dragon Queen is up and available, just even more point control. And the one thing about Alex in this composition is that she's actually going to wind up being the furthest hero back. But you want your support to certainly be safe. But Phoenix with his sort of mid or maybe like 3/4 range will be in front of her. And it will be very difficult to get to the back line and stop Alex from whatever it is she wants to do. Linehouse, what's happening, brother? Everybody's going to be on Volskaya at the same time. That's wild. We get in the amateur scene here, we get a lot of Volskaya, we get a lot of Infernal Shrines, and then after that, it actually seems like a lot of the times it comes down to, you know, what preference the teams have. There's a fairly even distribution between the sort of second tier of maps that includes the likes of Tomb. Battlefield has been lower prioritized. We get a little bit of Dragonshire for those teams that are interested in the high-level macro play. Sky, typically don't see. Braxis is typically banned out. We have some issues here, so teams are afforded a 10-minute break for pause time. Oh, boy. Let's, you know what? While we're here, we'll take a peek around what's going on in the rest of the fall finale. Once again, the casters for today include Bahamut Gaming, Cat Peach GG, as well as Crow_Heroes. You can find them all on Twitch. Everybody should have TCS Heroes fall finale in the title. We're all doing quarterfinal games, and what's going to wind up happening with the casters is we'll all just kind of fold together. Cat Peach and Baja will be working the top half of the bracket. I will be joined by the illustrious Crow here in the semifinals, and then for the finals, I have the distinct pleasure of casting with the wizard and a mentor to the amateur hot scene, Bahamut himself. Okay, there's our rejoin. We'll make sure everybody is ready before we go ahead and move on into game number 2. Checking to see if the R buttons are set. Thank you guys for joining me today. Much appreciated. Okay, RMU is ready. Looks like mines are ready. We'll let everybody get all their everything looking good, looking picked. Okay, we've got our observers, our team comps. I'm checking them myself. Everything looks good and right. And we'll be headed to Volskaya shortly. Both sides have a lot of sustained damage, Thrall providing it through Chain Lightning. And Phoenix, a manaless hero, typically does not have to back. I'll have to keep an eye, though, on the Alarak here for time. The ability to just instantly delete a target is one of Alarak's super specialties. That, along with Salt, as well as a disconcerting nature for the High Lord. Okay, we're ready. We're over on the side of Robert Morris to get things started. Weave is going to be playing the Alex Straza. We've got Mage. They're on the Diablo. Chef is on the Phoenix. VDD will be playing the Blaze yet again. And Ross will be playing the Thrall. On the flip side here, for Colorado Mines looking to try to keep this series alive, Joe will be on the Tyrande, Tiddly on the Johanna, Time on the Alarak, Megalyn will be playing Leoric, and Justice is on the Tychus. Alright, taking a peek at our talents here really quickly. Extended Lightning there for the Alarak. Time stepping up, looking to start to get those stacks going in the early part of this game. For the Alex, we do get the Q build. Had some Alex yesterday. Usually sort of on the ladder and in the pickup games, we get a little bit more of the Abundance build for her. But the E build is just a better and more effective use of her healing. VDD is low. A couple more auto attacks might do it. He jet propulsions away with 25 hit points. Time slides in. This is a long way to go. And Mage has stepped up on the Diablo. Tiddly is gone. Kill number 1 goes over to RMU. All came down to 30 hit points on the Blaze. Leoric getting a little bit of a macro advantage. Megalyn went bottom to get this match started off. He picks up the the early clear against Blaze. RMU just spreading out here. They got the first kill. Now perhaps they are thinking about trying to spike towards that level 4 talent tier. And then the level 7 talent tier to follow. They make the move towards their own fortification turret. The first mercenary move belongs to Grow Up. Colorado Mines choosing to go with just a simple, 4-man rotation. We now see Charonda and Tychus bypassing the mid lane. They'll move to pick up the fortification turret on the opposite side. Leo under a bit of pressure. Wraith walks away. Michaelin will be nice and safe on the Skeleton King. Keep an eye on RMU here. They certainly have the idea about where Tychus as well as Charonda are, and they make the move. They already are looking for the Alarak, trying to stop the High Lord from getting those stacks. Johanna has to squeeze her way on out. Both teams now finished with the camp clear portion of play. Lunar Flare connects. Blaze with the jet propulsion away. VDD has to be a little careful in the early game here. He did go for Neural Stimpack at level 1, so he will not have the Unstoppable. Michaelin intercepts the Blaze. He's got the spooky hand on there. Nearly dead. I think he had 3 hit points. I think. Once again, Time trying to find the kill. He used the conveyor belt to try to get out of there, but Alarak is the second kill. VDD just debating the plays here on the Blaze. He had 28 hit points after the first skirmish in mid lane. I'm pretty sure he had 3 there. I'm not sure I can recall the last time anybody's been less than 5 hit points and has squirmed away. RMU does take about a quarter of a level lead here in experience. They will set their sights on their siege camp. We got some bit action going on. Builds coming online. We do get Lunar Blaze from Johanna in the rhythm for Tychus has been picked up as well. Thank you, Dad. Much appreciated. Dad of Time. He's on the starting roster, if you will, of the Hots Dads. I think Papa Hollis is here as well. He plays tank for that team. There's the flanking from Michaelin. Trying to make sure it does not give Diablo an opportunity to devastating charge out. There's a Lunar Flare. Charonda helping to secure that first kill. Dragon Queen has been popped. That might have been a little early from Weave. In fact, Alex now under a tough spot. Chef is out of shield, so keep an eye on Phoenix. He escapes the root there. Johanna as well as Alarak looking to step up. Now Tiddly will have to back up. 60% of this first initial channel was picked up by RMU, and now once Diablo comes back, they will set their sights on the last 40%. Meanwhile, we've got Justice on that Tychus sitting on the point. This is a good flank here from Leoric. Michaelin is trying to prevent Blaze from making the move on into that control point. He's got that wave pushed up to the bottom wall as well. Sevens are here, and they are here first, in fact, for Colorado Mines. Contested point teams just about even. There's a flank coming in from the Leoric. They're setting sights on the Diablo, who is silenced. He's got the spooky hand on him as well, but the counter kill could come through just as the target. Joe is low as well. That is a 2-for-1, and now Phoenix is tracking down Alarak. Time using telekinesis to get on out of there. He was below 50 hit points. Strong counterplay there from RMU. They sit back on this point. They will start to get the recharge. This is going to be a tight window here. I do not think that Colorado Mines can contest this. I'll have to keep an eye on it here. Tiddly here is near the conveyor belt, so he will move up. It is just Alex and Phoenix in the area. You see Laws of Hope being channeled already for the sustain, and now Joe is just trying to hang out until teammates can arrive. There's the Unstoppable, as Tiddly, he eats the jet propulsion. Silence misses, now Leoric has to step up. Diablo in deep yet again. We'll keep an eye on Justice here. Tychus needs to go down. If RMU can cap this point, they set their sights on him. Chef converts to kill. Leoric trying to Wraith walk away. As Mage makes it out on the Diablo, so goes the rest of RMU. They get 2 more kills, and they pick up the first Strigloff Protector. First objective over to Grow Up. The flanks from Chef have been critical in these team fights. He is able to use that Phoenix to get over onto the side of Colorado Mines' stack and getting good value out of the Plasma Cutter and, of course, his auto attacks for Phoenix. He has been very successful at targeting both Tychus as well as Charonda. You can see the 2 deaths on Tychus there. The meta with Tychus right now needs just a little bit to get going. Post 7. Once you... Oh. speaking of Tychus. Bye-bye. Level 10s are here. And RMU has already taken the well in top. Now they're moving for the fort. What do we have here? We've got Life Binder for Alex. Earthquake, Purification Salvo, Bunker. And Diablo yet to make his decision. Alaric has just completed Extended Lightning, so there's a nice little bit of boost there. Silver Linings again for Colorado Mines. But we were talking about Tychus. Once he gets to 13, but that's the stuff, the bonus damage from the minigun comes back in the form of healing, and that will certainly help keep him alive in these fights where he has thus far been targeted. Alaric's trying to get the sadism going right now at only 96 on those stacks. 20 stacks on the level 4 quest for him. Lunar Blaze connects. Phoenix is alright. 10s for Colorado Mines. Starfall, Blessed Shield, Counter-Strike. We do get the Entomb from Leo. Keeping an eye on Tychus. There are a couple different ways you can actually go with Tychus. You can drop the laser if you feel like you're down for some conveyor belt shenanigans. But Justice goes with the Odin, the standard selection there. 7-2 in terms of kills right now. Little structure damage on the board. However, RMU has started to open up a win condition in the top lane, where their siege camp now can bypass the non-existent fort. Our next point, point B, will be in the top lane. Ooh. Chef just barely, with that big body Phoenix, squeezing away from the silence from Alarak. Wet Noodle fight in the bottom. Blaze and Leo having a nice time. Just try to get reacquainted. VDD has played a little bit safer than in the early game when he escaped with less than 50 health twice. Colorado Mines would like to find a fight here. They've been down through the majority of this series. They're going to need these sort of even talent here fights. Keeping an eye on Leoric. Michael had stayed mounted. That kind of positioning suggests he was maybe hoping to find an Entomb. I'm not sure which target he would have preferred in that spot. Phoenix certainly can warp out. Thrall might, in fact, be the best possible target. Joe is in a bad spot in the bush there. Tyrande gets just insta-jibbed. Alex actually picks up the kill. Shout out to Weave on the support. Mage on this Diablo has found a number of targets. That time it's a long way for Tyrande to go to get back out of that spot. Good follow-up there from the members of RMU. 15 seconds before our next objective. 13s are online. We'll flash those talents there. A little bit of Fire Stomp build from Thrall. Or excuse me, from Diablo. Taking a look at... Oh, we got a little wolf build. Ancestral Rat, that's 7. A little bit of Thrall. Okay. Okay, Thrall. Different form of the War Chief here from Ross. Michael in on the flank. Certainly looking for the Entomb. They've got their eyes on Thrall, who actually stays out of the Entomb. Blessed Shield did miss. There's the Purification Salvo as well as the Earthquake. You can see the damage spiking hard. Tychus goes down. Joe is low. Lightning Breath finishes him off with Thrall just getting on out of there. Disaster for Colorado Mines. Leo trying to find his way out of there. Tiddly, he has no fort in the mid lane. There's the Jet Propulsion. No Iron Skin Mage as well as Weave chasing down Johanna. And the Crusader, oh, Iron Skin. Falls to Dibbles, yes. Sometimes the bad guy does win. Diablo finds yet another kill, 13-2. RMU just flexing their muscles here. Earlier we talked about, what is the optimal Entomb target? It was that Thrall, however, it just barely missed. You saw the Blessed Shield come out. It was just off point. And then Earthquake plus Purification Salvo is just too much damage. Tough for Tyrande to really heal that many targets in that little of time. And the Diablo Lightning Breath finished Joe off. Triglov is up and available. Phoenix as well as Alex are in it. RMU had a little bit of a decision to make. Do they want to push the cube in the top? No, they're going to set their sights on the bottom. They have cleared out 2 forts thus far. The last one remaining is in the bottom lane. This will set them up for the next objective, if we get there. The robot steps up, just missing on the Nintendo Power Glove as time dodges that ability. There's Counter-Strike, maybe looking to get a little bit of extra damage on Thrall. It was not procced. Tiddly is in deep. We see Starfall there on the Triglav. Iron Skin has been popped as well. Remember, this is Alex and Phoenix inside the Triglav. Keep an eye above. It looks like we get a flank coming through from Blaze. VD looking for a target. Connects, but only hits Johanna. She does not make it out. As the Triglav jumps onto Joe, finding the 14th kill for RMU. Odin popped. This is 10 seconds left on the Triglav. Bottom wall just erased. With the Odin being popped, RMU will back up, clean up the fort. And now begins the long road back for Colorado Mines. 5 stack here for RMU. Alarek's starting to get stacked up a little bit there. We're up to, we're at 90. 33 stacks on the level 4 Lightning Quest. Mage goes in. No suplex. And now perhaps a little bit of an opportunity for a counterplay here. 17-14 on the level, so 16s are here. Obviously, Mine's playing a little bit of catch-up. Michael is just getting the soak in the off lanes. You see Leo with the double soak. However, RMU wants this keep. Using Blaze for their poke action. Thunderstorm from Thrall starting to get stacked up a little bit as well. Tiddly is in deep. Takes the suplex. There's the Iron Skin. Lunar Flare does not connect. Keep is down to about 10%. Blaze just continues to chip away to VDD with the oil spill. Lighting that bad boy on fire has brought this keep. Nearly gone. Might need maybe one more slick. There it is. First keep has been claimed. 16's close for Colorado Mines. They'll certainly look to find another even talent tier advantage. Keeping an eye on Leoric. There's the 16s. Keeping an eye on Thrall there. There's Earthquake. He sensed that Entomb was coming. Time on the backside looking to find a target there. Purification Salvo comes through, but it immediately gets interrupted. Lightning Breath is there. The bunker trying to hide everybody in. Joe can't figure out how to get out of this Earthquake. Another tough choke point for Tyrande. She goes down first. Now the target is Alarak. Mage putting the pressure on the backside. Keep an eye on the collapse coming up from the top. Alarak gone. VDD now looking to finish off a few more kills. Leo low. Justice trying to chain gun on out of there. The Skeleton King does get away, but there's no keep. And soon there will be no more Johanna. 3 more kills for RMU. That at times is, they're tough. This is a damn good team. They look like a well-oiled machine. They will bypass any thoughts about the third objective. They have broken down the shield here. 80% for RMU. Grow up. Looks like they are on their way to advancing. Yes, they will be headed to the semifinals to meet the winner of Toronto as well as North Texas. And hey, a good run for my friends on Colorado Mines. Had to make a little bit of an upset here to make it to the last 8. They have set themselves up very nicely for the spring season. Good luck to the boys. But that will do it. RMU claims the spot in the semifinals with a commanding 17-2 kill count. Let's update our scores on our maps a little bit there. There we are. Up to 2, so with the double for RMU, we'll take them through to the semifinals. Taking a peek around, I mean, just really great flanks. And, you know, the last team fight really sums up just how smart the members of RMU are and what kind of adaptations they made. It was obvious after the first couple of engagements that the entombed target was going to be Thrall, and Ross, when faced with the Spectre of Alarak as well as Leoric, marching up to him, just immediately, boom, rip the Earthquake, trying to get the counter engage on. I mean, that was really the last team fight there, even though Purification Salvo just did wind up getting interrupted. It was a tough choke point where Colorado Mines found themselves split. And that will do it. Okay. Got our little recap on our map select tool. I'm peeking around right now, trying to see if anybody's headed towards a game number 3. And we will throw the host over, if and when possible. We've got Rutgers as well as Carlton on Bahamut's channel. Game number 2, Cal Poly Pomona as well as Houston going on. I like the Houston boys. Maybe we'll throw it over to Cat Peach. Okay, gang. So, I will be back. I will hook up with my fine feathered friend Crow for the semifinal. And that will be coming at you at 2:30 Pacific and 5:30 Eastern Time. We will be back to catch the semifinals. But until then, I'm going to turn the stream off and we will throw the raid over so we can keep you guys watching the rest of the action here at the TESPA Collegiate